There's the Eaton Center across the street. And there's a lot of people out and about today. And hey there, today is Saturday, July 26th. It is 4:52 p.m. and the temperature is about 27 degrees Celsius, and it is cloudy and overcast here in downtown Toronto. And this is Yonge Street. And I need to make my way over to Ossfest over at Queen and Ossington. I'd like to record a video there, and then I'll meet some friends and hang out there afterwards. And with line 1 closed north of St. Andrew on the other side, it made the most sense to get off at Queen Station there. So what I'll be doing is just walking west along Queen Street West from Yonge Street, I think, over to Trinity Bellwoods Park. And when I get to Trinity Bellwoods, I will pause recording and start making my video walking through the Ossfest Street Festival. Hopefully I've timed everything a-okay today. It's actually rather pleasant to walk around. Yeah, there's gray skies, but there's a nice gentle breeze. I'm a fan of this weather. There's a look into a construction site where they are tunneling underneath Queen Street to make way for the Ontario line. And across the street was once the home of North America's oldest retailer, Hudson's Bay, along with Saks Fifth Avenue. That closed down earlier this year. It remains to be seen what Cadillac Fairview will do with that space. But this will give us a close-up look at the closed store. See if I can squeak by some of these slower walking people up ahead here. But it is quite narrow. It's an entire block. It's under construction here, and the streetcar has been rerouted to the south along Richmond and Adelaide streets. But we should see streetcars appear a little bit west of here. And this is Bay Street. I was in this area last night. And there's a look up at Old City Hall. The architect for that was E.J. Lennox. That was built in 1899, if I'm not mistaken. And across the street is Nathan Phillips Square and New City Hall, which went up in 1965. And they're holding the Taste of Vietnam Festival there. I'd swing through it normally, but I recorded that in a video last night, right after my live stream. I almost said last year. But looks like there's a good crowd there. You should be able to find that video up on this channel by now. There's also the Beaches Jazz Festival over on the east side of town, and Ossfest. I think that's it. There's street festivals this weekend. I know only 3, poor show Toronto. I say that jokingly. Toronto certainly comes alive in the summertime. There's a streetcar up ahead turning back onto Queen from York Street. And this is the Sheridan Hotel on the left. Brutalism at its finest. There was a city that embraced brutalism. It might be this one. That's Osgoode Hall across the street. That's a historic law building with Victorian iron gates lining the street. It's a rather beautiful property. I always get suckered into walking along Queen on that side of the street. That's why we're staying on the south side. Osgoode Hall dates back to 1846. And speaking of the beaches, that streetcar is going all the way to the Neville Park Loop. As the bell at Old City Hall chimes, letting us know it's 5 o'clock. On the left, we have the Four Seasons Center. That was built in 2006. It was built for opera and ballet. Might be the only major venue like this I haven't been to. And with the subway station underneath it and subway trains rumbling underneath it, I think it's on these rubber bushings that help insulate. All right. The building from the rumblings of streetcars. As we arrive at University Avenue. We'll stay on this side. Oh, there's a neat shot of the tower. expanding Osgood Station to accommodate the Ontario line, which is under construction. The stretch of the subway network has been closed this weekend. That is something that's been happening with alarming frequency in recent years. I don't think they're running shuttle buses this particular weekend. I don't know why they do it some weekends, but they don't others. There's the Campbell House Museum across the street. It's a Georgian-style home. It's actually one of the oldest buildings downtown. It dates back to 1822.
Everything on the ship.
Having some kind of event there. More Ontario line construction. Back in the 90s when I would come here with friends and a girlfriend from high school, we always considered this stretch of Queen to kind of be ground zero for what was cool. But the forces of gentrification pushed things further and further west. And this area took on a lot of big chain stores. Although the H&M and Zara have recently left the area.
Actually, I'm honestly really not sure who it is.
There's a 504 King Street car. Carter.
What do you go do the Dixie one?
I don't know. She said she'll.
On the left is the old Bell Globe Media headquarters. Well, formerly home to City TV and Much Music. Those days are long gone. And when Rogers took over City TV, that was relocated to Dundas Square, which is probably the one location that could rival being located in this building in terms of having their finger on the pulse of the city. But Rogers recently shuttered that location and moved City TV operations up to their headquarters at Jarvis and Bloor, or Ted Rogers Way in Bloor. That's where Speaker's Corner used to be. And this gelato shop is always this busy on nicer days. They have a location in Midtown where I live. And last night walking home around 10 or 11 p.m., I forget which, it was a much longer lineup than this one had now at the Midtown store. So whoever owns that chain is just printing money. Wonder Pet Cafe, Toronto's first cat and dog cafe. I went to a cat cafe in Akihabara in Tokyo, and I must say I found the whole thing kind of weird. See, this used to be a Zara. There is an Aritzia, that's a Canadian retail success story. Aldo's been here for as long as I can remember. That place is quite excellent. Score on Queen. They've got another location at King and Church. They've got a really nice patio. I've been there at rather prime times when it was quite busy. Once on a Friday night recently and another on a Saturday, and I've had no problems getting a spot on that patio. I'm going to resist temptation to cross the street here. And we'll stay on the south side. There's a massive lineup at the Brandy Melville store across the street. There always seems to be. It's one of those weird phenomenons. And welcome to the absolute absurdness of Toronto. For some reason, they thought it was appropriate to have streetcars mixed with traffic with street parking. Put me in charge and I'll nuke the street parking and give the streetcars their own dedicated lane in the middle. Some good patios across the street, the Rivoli back there and the Horseshoe. There's Steve's Music. That's been on Queen for as long as I can remember. They have a location in Montreal, if I'm not mistaken. And that streetcar is short turning at Kingston Road, so you have to pay attention if you're getting on a streetcar bus. Because if it says short turning, it might not be going to where you want to go. That's where H&M used to be located. And Get Outside has been here for eons as well. As we arrive at Queen and Spadina.
But I think the stop is here.
Chinatown is just to the north. A lot of these retail stores have heritage storefronts. They're narrow front brick buildings dating back to the 1880s to early 1900s for the most part. They usually have heritage protection. That's why you don't see too many newer buildings along Queen Street that go up very high. I have no problems adding height and density, especially to a major corridor. I quite like the look and feel of Queen Street. Building an Ontario line stop here. Lady was trying to snap a pic of the cop. But if they do build up along this stretch eventually, it would be nice to see setbacks.
Yes, thank you. Great one. Where's Deepa? Deepa's there. Yes. I hate when they're across the street.
I think he was complaining that his Uber was picking him up on the other side of the street. And running parallel to Queen Street, just half a block south of here, is Graffiti Alley. I've been meaning to go back and do an updated video through Graffiti Alley at some point. I would say Queen Street remains quite interesting like this and very walkable all the way through Parkdale. That is well west of downtown. Always like looking in this store window. It's quite colorful. This is probably Toronto's largest or longest continuous stretch of vibrant retail and cafes and restaurants. You could argue Yonge Street, but I think it kind of dies down a bit once you get north of Rosedale Station. And Bloor Street has some dull patches. Particularly between Bedford Road and St. George. But Queen Street, it just keeps going. That place has been around forever. It is roped off graffiti alley. All right.
Why would you?
Babies. There's some popular night spots around here as well. That was Portland Street.
Dulu juga ya Sahai.
That's me. How's it going?
I'm Lauren, the Leslieville builder.
Oh, wow.
No way.
Do you want to be on a video?
Sure, why not?
Hey, it's Lauren, the Leslieville builder.
Thanks for visiting the pocket for me.
You do amazing work.
Thank you.
Can you design me a house?
Yeah, right? It's all mine. So I build them and I rent them out and
Yeah.
I design them. What's
You
our
get-
walk today?
I'm just going to Ossfest. So
No
we're
way.
just doing Queen West. I'm going to meet some people there.
Enjoy.
Hopefully find a patio. It's kind of, I mean, it's
No
gray
way.
skies, but awesome day.
People
So
walking in the west is so much better
Yeah.
than the east. Sleepy.
there's better characters out that way.
Exactly. No, you keep going. It's good.
All right.
Great to meet you, Tom.
Well, good to see you.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm all
sure,
sweaty.
no
but
worries.
Cheers.
Enjoy your walk.
You too. That was Lauren, the Leslieville builder. I featured one of his properties in the video I did walking through the pocket. And the house he designed there is absolutely stunning. Just pop Johnny Stride's The Pocket into YouTube, if I don't remember to link it in the description of this one.
Are you going home? We're headed out
Alright, let's try to make this light. This is Bathurst Street. And we have just left downtown and entered West Queen West. neighborhood once deemed by Vogue magazine to be one of the coolest in the world. And that's a look back to the east. Bathurst is the western boundary of downtown. My plan was actually to record Ossington Avenue last night. But a viewer in my live stream pointed out that today was Ossfest. I wasn't sure what weekend it was, but rather than record Ossington twice, I decided to do an audible and record something else last night after the live stream.
It kind of becomes more homogenous. Apart from like the people not in my life.
And this is Palmerston. You take this north a few blocks up to Little Italy, and just north of there will be Palmerston Boulevard. I mentioned Palmerston Boulevard because that, in my opinion, is one of the nicest residential streets in the city. Hey look, Grizzly Bar. It looks like they've got a nice patio up there. It used to be Rack Pool Hall. And that was once a Nando's Chicken on the left.
Yeah, the chalkboard slips into here.
But there's no shortage of places to eat and grab a drink in this area. RDR getting ready to fight on the TV there. I don't know if that was a replay of UFC. He just fought not too long ago.
It's not an affordable price.
And Anthropology has left. That would be a great location for an Urban Outfitters. Too bad there's already one on Queen West. And that beer store is gone too. There's the Shameful Tiki Room. I thought that was in Parkdale. Nana Thai food.
And then because
No, that's when you'd be like, what? What do you mean?
Squirties, all cocktails, 12 till 6, half price. There's a lot of dive bars and places masquerading as dive bars in this area. It's a very popular Japanese general store. Sanko? Well, it says Japanese foods and gift shop.
No, that's him. That's not me. Why am I an account at his address?
And we're at Niagara Street. I said I was going to wrap this one up at Trinity Bellwoods. So let's cross the street here.
I was about to say that.
Oh no, yeah, they get this.
It really is. It's amazing plan. Do you want any peanut butter for the rest of
Some people refer to this area as the hipster commons. The old Garrison Creek used to run through Trinity Bellwoods. Let's wrap this one up right here. Looks like there's a little market we can check out. But I hope you enjoyed this one, walking along a very busy and vibrant Queen Street West. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. And there are links to Bitcoin and Ethereum if you wish to be so kind as and send me some as a thanks. Obviously, that is all optional, but hitting the like button isn't. Anywho, thank you so much for watching, and I will, if I remember to, link the video I record right after this one down in the description as well. All right, have a good day, guys. Yoink.